right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Issachar, coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahawah, Bahashem, Wakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're gonna talk about YAHAWAH. Alright, our Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. His correct name is YAHAWAH. Alright, it's the same power that told Moses, alright, I am. Because remember, Moses told YAHAWAH, alright, well, you're gonna send me to the Pharaoh. He goes, well, who am I to go to the Pharaoh, Because when Pharaoh was real powerful in that time, and YAHAWAH said, I am, and that's what YAHAWAH's name means. He exists, because he don't have no beginning, because nobody created him, he's been here, like YAHAWAH, he does have a beginning, but he's immortal now, you see, but YAHAWAH created him. See, but YAHAWAH has no beginning. You imagine? Think about that for a second, when you really consider that, you think about it, you tell that's, it's just beyond. It's beyond. Daniel chapter 7, we're gonna get right into it. Okay, Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9 on down. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Okay, so right here, when you see Ancient of Days in the scriptures, okay, that's referring to YAHAWAH. Okay, that's one of his titles. Okay, he's also, alright, because his name, he only has one name. His name is YAHAWAH, but he has many titles. Okay, King of Terrors. Alright, imagine that, the King of Terrors, yeah, because some people in this world, not everybody, but some, they think that, oh yeah, when evil stuff happens in the world, they think it's, oh yeah, that's all just Satan. No, okay. All right. The Lord created Satan. So you gotta remember that. YAHAWAH controls both sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So right here, YAHAWAH, yeah, he has different titles in the Bible, but he only has one name. Okay, his name is YAHAWAH. Okay, YAHAWAH. His name means he exists. Okay, Ancient of Days. Ancient means before. You ever hear someone says, hey man, that looks like ancient, like from the ancient world, because that's before, before time. So ancient means before, and days means time, because he's before time. Imagine that, because no one can say, oh well, you know what, YAHAWAH was created on this day. Alright, YAHAWAH, yeah, but not YAHAWAH. Okay, everything, the reason why everything exists is because YAHAWAH. Okay, and he created everything for his pleasure. You gotta remember that. Okay, it's very, very major. All right. And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow. Okay, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So who has woolly hair? Okay, the so-called black man. All right, just to show you that YAHAWAH and his son YAHAWAH, two separate entities, they got woolly hair. Okay, not straight hair. Okay, All right, who has straight hair on this world? In this world is the Edomites. Okay. All right, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Okay. His throne was like a fiery flame. Man, can you imagine what his can you imagine what his throne looks like? You know, and his wheels as burning fire. Apostle Paul, okay, Apostle Paul. All right, when Apostle Paul got stoned, okay, he saw the spiritual realm. All right, he said that it was unlawful to even talk about. Okay, that's how magnificent. Okay, that's how magnificent the spiritual realm is. All right, is that amazing? He said that that it was unlawful to even talk about. Okay, that's how. Imagine, okay, imagine how you see different parts on the earth. Okay, you see different parts on the earth. You see different parts of the earth. That's like real beautiful and stuff. Like, oh man, that's amazing. Okay, you imagine the heavens, where the Lord and the angels are. Okay, this is why Apostle Paul had that account. Okay, he said that it was so amazing that words can't even describe that it was. He said that it was unlawful to even speak about. Okay, all right. He said that it was unlawful to even speak about. All right, verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. All right, thousands ministered unto him. Okay, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. All right, the judgment was set and the books were opened. Right, because when you mere mortals, okay, pass away on this side, it doesn't matter if you're wicked, all right. If you're an Israelite, a heathen, okay, you go straight to Yahawah and YAHAWAH. Straight, you go straight. All right, So right there, the Lord controls both sides. Okay, the Lord controls both sides. Verse 11, and I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, and I beheld even to the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. All right, so yeah, this is something that's man, this is going to Yahawah right here. All right, let's go to Exodus. Okay, Exodus chapter 15. All right, Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. Okay, the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi is a man of war. Okay, the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi is his name. All right, so this gives you the characteristics, okay, of our Heavenly Father. Okay, if you read the book of Job, okay, you gotta remember, okay, the Lord Yahawah. All right, he had a bet with Satan. Okay, all right, it was just for a bet, and Job, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything wrong. Okay, but that just shows you that that our Heavenly Father Yahawah does not play around. Okay, because the Lord had Satan, okay, take his whole family away, just for a test. Imagine that. Just for a test. You see, just for a bet. But that goes to show you that Satan, he's not rebelling against Yahawah. Okay, they're up there just sometimes they have bets. Like, oh yeah, hey, I bet you I can get this. I bet you I can get this dude to sell out, curse you out. And Yahweh's like, all right, bet, you don't run it. You see? You know, so you got to understand these things. Remember, Satan is in full order, okay? Satan is the son of Yahweh on the left-hand side. Okay, he goes back to Yahweh every single day. Every single day? Every single day. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, and so what happened? So what happened in that story with Job is that you know, when he lost everything, okay, because he didn't do anything he didn't do anything wrong, you know, but he allowed Satan to plague him, you know, take his family from him, put boils on his skin, you know, but he said but he told him but Job remained in his integrity, you see, you know, and he got everything back double fold, you know, you see. So that's what's going on here. There we go. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, that just goes to show you that the Lord's just, you know, because He'll have you go through some tests, but there's a reward, you know, on the other side if you overcome, you know. So what's the main point of that? That our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, that He ain't no square, you know. You know, the Lord loveth judgment. Remember, Yahweh took out everybody on the whole earth, everybody except 8 people, you know. This is why these Edomites, they're in big trouble. Not only that, but they're actually, you know, they're actually trying to fight Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and the angels. Imagine that. Yeah, man. You know, we're about to witness one of the most brutal beatdowns in history. You know. Yeah, it's gonna be something like never before. Because could you imagine, Yahweh, He controls both sides. He controls Satan. Okay, He controls all the demons, the angels, the animals, everything. You know, and Esau's trying to fight him, walking around here saying, "Yeah, we do whatever we want." You know, like that one Edomite, Noah Harari, who says, "Oh yeah, we can make God as mad as we want." Hey man, all I gotta say is that Esau is in trouble. You know, shit, he's in trouble. Hey, you know, make no mistake. You know, these Edomites are in so much trouble. Damn, big time. There we go. Right here. Okay. So this is it right here. Psalms chapter 46, verse 10. Be still. So just be still, relax. Okay. Don't be like the heathens. Okay, over here scrambling, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. These dudes over here, because they're desperate, you know. You know, so this is why they pay agents and all that. They're working 24/7. They're working 24/7 because they're desperate, you know. But they do the same, you know. Just laughing because our enemies are really nothing, you know. They really aren't, because you can see with all their hopeless attempts, they're still in the same position, you know. Yeah, they can hope, they can get mad, but they're not going anywhere. See? So, man, you know, same thing in the time of Nimrod. Okay, when Nimrod, you know, they all got together, the Lord destroyed all that. You know, same thing again. It's just that now, these Edomites and heathens are so puffed up because why? They got satellites, they got some lasers, they got some toys, okay, they got some teams. See, so now they think like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, our enemies, you know, they think they're all this and that, you know, they're nothing, you know, yeah, you know, it's crazy, you know. This is why once you get to know the Lord, you know, you understand that. Psalms 46 and verse 10. Be still and know that I am Yahawah. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Point blank, period. Bottom line. Because the Lord is the whole reason why all this is happening on the earth. It's not because of you, Nate, IOIC. It's not because of you, Captain Tazariak, Captain Crunch. Okay? It's because the Lord is coming back to put respect on his name. Okay? It's all about the Lord. Even when King David, okay, when King David had the power, he didn't say, "Oh, I'm doing this because I'm David. You know, I'm the great King David." No, he's out. You know, I'm doing it to glorify YAHAWAH Shem Yahweh. You know, when he fought Goliath, that tall Philistine. Okay, all right. You know, David told him, you know, as a youth, you know, hey, you come up to me with you know, an armor and a sword. You know, he said, I come against thee, in the name of YAHAWAH Shem Yahweh to show you that it's all about that name. That's why these heathens, they fear that. This is why they fear that name. Okay. Yep. This is why you false Israelite teachers out there, you churches. This is why you guys don't teach in the names of Yahawah and Yahawah, because there's power in those names. Okay. All right. Oh, absolutely. Remember the walls of Jericho? Okay. There's power in those names. You know. You know, if the Heavenly Father is with you, no one can go against you. Okay, just look at all the times. Look at all the times that passed. Okay, they tried to destroy Daniel in the lion's den. They couldn't. All right, yeah, you know, our enemies were mad, but could they destroy Daniel? No. Okay, look what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know, they literally. Yep. You know, so that's this is, you know, what, you know, Yahawah and Yahawah, you know, will look like, you know, something like that. Okay, you know, a so-called black man with a white beard, okay, and an afro, see, like that. But let me get I got another picture for you guys here. But remember when Nebuchadnezzar, okay, he tried, you know. You know, they tried, you know, look, you know, they threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, okay. I'm just laughing, you know, because the Lord, he's that amazing, you know, he's that powerful, you know. Just to let you know, when our enemies, when they tried, you know, it don't matter how much they try to step up to the plate, you know, it don't matter how mad they get, they can't do anything. Look what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know, they tried to throw Nebuchadnezzar tried to throw them in the fiery furnace. What happened? They had no hurt. They were just chilling in there with YAHAWAH. You know, just to let you know that you know, because it's not of us. It's literally the Lord. Okay, that's more like Yahawah right there. See that? Like a little bit more bigger afro, because Yahawah, his afro is a little bit more bigger. Not, you know, not like huge, but like that, you know. Yahawah, his afro is a little bit bigger than YAHAWAH's. YAHAWAH is kind of like medium. All right, so that's a pretty good picture right there. Okay. Yep. Just to get you guys' brains going. Oh yeah, right there. Yep. Yahawah right there. Okay, but his hair is kind of like YAHAWAH. YAHAWAH's hair is like that. Okay, but Yahawah is a little bit bigger, just to let you know. But that's like Yahawah right there, you know. Man, just to let you know that he ain't no so-called white man, you know. You know, because this world, they show, remember, they show like, you know, supposedly, you know, the finger of God, you know, like over there in the Vatican, you know, where it shows two Edomites touching their fingers. You know, hey, go back and take a look at that picture. You know, the other Edomite's finger, it's all feminine. You know, like it's all fagged out. You know, yeah, because it shows you, because Esau, the Edomites, he's a homosexual. You know, why is his finger all fragile like that, like all feminine? You know, what kind of shit is that? And then they show the babies all little naked white babies. Yeah, because he's a pedophile. The angels got clothes. You know, the hell. This will show you that this man's a complete bug out. There's Yahawah right there. Okay? Oh yeah. Yep. Yep, you're in trouble, Esau. You got a lot to pay for it. There's Yahawah Shai right there with the angels. I mean with the ships. Oh yeah. But that's Yahawah right there for you guys. Okay? That's why the Lord said, be still. Okay, Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am Yahawah. Okay, what happened with Moses? Okay, when Pharaoh, tried to take out Moses and the Israelites, what happened? The Lord took them all out. Same thing this time. Okay, do you believe or not? Okay, why are you getting all nervous for it? Okay, why are you getting all nervous? The Lord said, hey, be still. The Lord said, I got this. Don't worry about it. That's the thing. Do you believe or are you just faking it? See? So with that, that's it on today's lesson. Okay? On your feet, soldier. Shalom.